Hi guys, this is Coach Adrien, and thank you for following. Thank you for being my fan. Guys, sports business delivers sports and entertainment on a daily basis. In fact, sports is delivered 24/7. This is the month of July of competitive sports. We have the ICC Cricket World Cup. We have the FIFA Football World Cup. Of course, the Football World Cup is the center of global attraction. The world is involved either at the people are either at the events chanting for their countries and their teams, or some are at the sports bars, others in open sporting arena prepared for the events, and others sitting in the living room chanting for their country and their favorite team. But competitive sports actually reinforces the philosophy that actually underpins the market society that we live in. Yes, that is true. Market society really is based or works on the principle of a zero-sum game. That is, it divides us into two groups, winners and losers. That is the message. So sports act as a cultural mirror reflecting, and one can say normalizing the competitive individualism that's already embedded in the broader society. So just like market capitalism, where businesses compete for finite market share, for resources, for profits, competitive sports are structured almost exactly or entirely around the whole principle of victory and defeat, so that the world celebrates the top performers and the large number of losers are left behind. Of course, many to a life of perhaps depression, disorientation, demotivation. It is true that team sports actively teach collaboration. It does. Teaches self-sacrifice. Team sport teaches us how to elevate as a group and to succeed over individual ego. But in most competitive sports, individualism takes over, particularly when it comes to getting the prize. So as we are saying that there is a subtle underlying message in competitive sports. And the message seems to me to be saying, with enough hard work, talent, and preparation, you can outcompete others and rise to the top. That's what it is. The implication is that those who lose simply did not work hard enough, or those who lose, they are lazy, they do not work hard, and they do not deserve the good things of society. Now, Christianity teaches a different perspective. Of course, Christianity recognizes hard work and discipline. That is very important. That's critical to success. But Christianity teaches that all people, like, they live their life as if they are in a race, in a spiritual sense. But all people can win that ultimate prize, and the ultimate prize is to live forever. So unlike competitive sports where one person wins, person may win the gold, the second one wins the silver, the third one wins the bronze, and then the retinue, those behind, of course, they are losers. Uh, but Christianity is saying, look, everybody wins that prize. And that prize, it is the privilege to live forever. It is God's gift of salvation, which is the only formula. Now, this is the only formula for what I call the dog bite dog situation that we find ourselves in. And it's available to everyone, irrespective of their ethnicity, gender, or class. In fact, in the book of Titus, that is in the New Testament, that is Titus chapter 2, it says in verse 11, and I'm reading it, "For the grace of God that bringeth salvation have appeared to all men." Meaning that salvation is a free gift from God, and God has made it available to everyone. So everyone wins the prize. So here is the formula for the end of competition, the competition that is driven by this capitalist ethos of winner take all. So unlike a foot race where only one person can win the gold medal, the Christian, as it were, in the spiritual race, the spiritual walk, the spiritual journey with God, is not a competition against each other. And that's the beautiful thing. They are not competing against each other, but every individual who begins that race, that walk with Jesus Christ, that journey, every one of them will get the prize. And the prize is eternal life, living forever with God in his kingdom. So, like the athlete, the discipline is there in the Christian journey. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it's a person. And he must do things right, because to be able to succeed, that is the law of success. You put the right foot first, the left foot follow, and whatever. That is the principle, the natural principle of success, discipline. But the Apostle Paul, one of the famous writers in the Bible, wrote several books in the New Testament. In the book of Corinthians, that is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, and I'm looking at verse 24, he urged the Christians, those who are Christian, those who believe in Jesus Christ, that those who have started the journey with Jesus Christ, he urged them, as it were, like an athlete, to train themselves. In other words, to discipline themselves, to be steadfast, to endure, and to actively choose faith. Actively choose faith without doubt. not doubt, but faith, and to move towards that finish line. What is that finish line? That is the journey with God, when at the end you get that prize, which is eternal life. So, guys, this Christianity presents a beautiful model, a magnificent approach that is different to the nature of competition that we find ourselves in. Isn't it lovely to know that, as it were, we are in a race, on a journey, and it is not one person who will get the prize, but everyone will get the prize. And we always end our clinic by reminding ourselves of the two principles that help us to make wise choices, or that help us to be happy. The first one is from William Penn. Wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. Right is right, even if no one is doing it. And the other one is like it. Truth is truth, even if no one believes it. And of course, a lie will remain a lie, even if everybody believes it. And we always end up with, finally, with our word to the wise. Our word to the wise comes from Jesus Christ himself. Jesus, who gave us the assurance of that prize. And I'm quoting from John. John is one of the four Gospels. In the New Testament, you have Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That John, and I'm quoting chapter 3. It says, that's Jesus Christ speaking. If you have a Bible that is red letter, you will see the red letter. Whenever you see the red letter, Jesus Christ is the direct words of Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. The price, according to Jesus, that is the assurance, is available to everyone. Guys, visit my website, www.goadriens.com, and look out for a new video posted on my YouTube channel, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter on the first day of each month. Or connect with me, Coach Adrien, via WhatsApp 869-668-9752, or via email peter@goadriens.com. Thank you for viewing, and please subscribe and like my video. Hey, remember, everyone wins with Jesus Christ. Everyone wins with Jesus Christ. And that is the beautiful assurance, the assurance that we have, that everyone wins with Jesus Christ, because everyone is looked upon by